Right. Why did you marry your wife?
So,
what was the reason that made you say, this is the woman I was settling down with?
So I think two things came together to prepare me. At that time,
It was asked, why did you marry your wife? Why did you marry your wife? You guys, he went ahead to say why his ex did not marry him. He went ahead to tell us why it's so hot that his friend and his ex-girlfriend did not marry him. Let me show you this video, then we'll come back and talk about it.
Right. Why did you marry your wife?
So,
what was the reason that made you say, this is the woman I was settling down with?
So I think two things came together to prepare me. At that time in my life, I was tired of dealing with several relationships. But I had a girlfriend at the time, and I told the girl that I think I'm ready to get married. Let's think about getting married. But she wasn't ready. And she was like, we were in South Africa at the time, and she was
a South African woman?
Not a Nigerian woman.
Okay.
Yes.
Because, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but...
She was not a Nigerian woman. Let me leave it there. She was not a Nigerian.
Right.
Yes. So I told her that I wanted to settle down, but she wasn't ready. And she said, she had plans to go for graduate school in the States and all of that. And she didn't want to get, for lack of a better word, tied at the time. And I was disappointed. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we could do so many things together, but, So at that time, I was ready. Anyone who was with me at that time, I'd ask the question, do you want to get married? Like I did ask my girlfriend at the time, and she declined. So, well, not pop the question, but just, explore. Exactly. And then it coincided with coming back to Nigeria to be on a project that my wife was, at the time, production manager on. That's Giddy Up Season 2. So we met, we had been talking before that time, so we met when I came to Nigeria. She came to Nigeria at that time too. It was her first job in Nigeria when she came back from New York. And then we met, and then we started to talk, and then I had this long conversation with her and told her that, look, babe, I really want to get married. Like the same conversation that I had, that I was, and she said, well, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, wait, before you think that I have like a truckload of money somewhere waiting, or I haven't figured this thing out. Like, this is who I am. This is just gave her the lowdown. But I said that everything up until this point, I had lived my life. And to be honest, that's what I said. I said I had lived my life by faith, not necessarily by seeing things before I do them, but by doing things and then realizing that there's provision. Provision is made available for it.
And she was ready to go.
Yes, and that was what, together with me being ready, that was what just did it for me, and it just clicked, and I was like, you're the person. Like, if that didn't scare you away, like, first of all, two things. If I tell a random person I want to get married, person like, please, who are you?
You're about to die.
Exactly, that's one. Two, that didn't scare you away. Second thing that didn't scare you away was the fact that I said, I don't have anything. Like, it's not like I have great things. All I have are dreams and the power of faith, believing that if I knock on any door hard enough, the door will open.
Right.
And she bought it. So I think what marriage has done to me is to kind of create stability for me and repaired my priorities. There's only so much I can give because I have a family. There's only so much I can give of myself because I have people that need me, that I'm responsible to first. Before I got married, my biggest fear was, how would I take care of my family? People have this idea of struggling artists, and they feel that artists can't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So for me, I came into the arts with that fear. In South Africa, I had a lot of situationships because I didn't want anything defined. I didn't want to be serious with anyone. I didn't want to lead anyone on. I didn't want to lie to anyone. At some point, I knew that I was over it. That was why, at the time, my goal was to settle. So that's why when we spoke, first thing I said to you was,
it was so weird.
I want to get married.
But guess what? That's a line I think guys use.
What?
I want to get married, because I think it hooks the girl.
In essence, he has validated the popular belief that men marry the woman who is in front of them when they are ready to get married. Because he said when he was in South Africa, he was not serious. He had a lot of situationships. But when he was over that phase of his life and he met her, he told her that I wanted to get married. So a man wanting to get married has nothing to do with you, the woman, or how he feels about you, the woman. Men tend to make the choice of a wife based on the woman who is available to them when they are ready. Dear ladies, stop being delusional and going like, oh, I'm gonna find my Prince Charming. And most of you have been carried away by the Hollywood and Disney indoctrination of love and happily ever after. Men are strategic and calculating.
Yeah.
And when we say that most men are married to women they don't love, some of you come into the comments and you're triggered. Men will marry the woman who is available when they are ready for marriage, not necessarily because they love that woman. A man may not love you and still marry you. Marriage doesn't mean much to men, but it means something to women. So, dear women, open your eye, be strategic, be calculating, and make sure you are not the woman that a man settled for simply because he was ready to get married at the point he met you. I am just saying. And as much as this particular couple keep getting bashed on Nigerian TikTok, they should keep talking because there are a lot of lessons to be learned. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
Most of the time, these men, they marry women that are in front of them at that point that they are ready to settle down. Okay? If they are ready to settle down, any woman that is in front of them, they will marry you. Okay? So it does not matter what you do now, how you learn and take notes, because you see a lot of women teaching you what to do to keep a man, how to make your boyfriend pop the question, how even though you have all the old children with him, this what if he's not ready to marry you, he's not going to marry you. If he's not ready to marry, he's not going to marry you. The ones that start living with their boyfriends, start having so many children, and they are waiting 10 years later for him to pop the question, and probably after 10 years and they break up with him, the next 6 months he marries another person because he's not going to marry you. Okay? Simple. Why did you marry your wife? He did not even tell us why he married his wife. Okay? He's just telling us why he could not marry his ex, or why his ex did not marry him. It's easy for these men to pick women to marry, even if sometimes they're not even ready. But most of the time, when they feel like, oh, I need to eat good food, I need a woman in this house, especially the ones that are staying alone, they just feel like, you know what, I want to come into the house and I want the house to be clean. I want to come into the house and I want there to be food in the kitchen. I want there to be somebody for me to lay with on the bed when I come back from work. These are the reason why these men marry, for what you can do to them, what you can do for them, not because of your qualities or who you are as a person. Is what you can do, what you offer. Okay, that is why they keep testing you to see. They say a man will invite you to his house and his kitchen is messed up, and if you don't wash the dishes or you don't cook for him, they tell you you're not wife material. They marry you for what you can offer for them. And the thing is that these men, they usually just marry not because they love you, because most of the time men marry and they are still single. They still have they still open their options. They allow other women to be with them, or they be with other women, or they go out and chase other women because they know that, okay, I'm just married by paper, but in their head or in their hearts they are not married. Guys, what's your take on this video? Can you share your thoughts down in the comment section? Respectfully, as always, you got my David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.